Told you guys Deshaun Watson was going to play football this year for the Cleveland Browns. Based on the footage that we've gotten from OTAs, from the reporters that were there, from the media that was there, and from the Cleveland Browns posting footage themselves, I think we know that's true, and I think we have our quarterback one already. Let's talk about it. So we've only had two OTAs open to the media. I don't know exactly how many OTAs there have been as a whole, but what we've seen posted, what we've seen in video form from all these OTAs is Deshaun Watson is throwing the football at the very least with more efficiency and more confidence than he has ever thrown it while in a Cleveland Browns uniform. I think we can say that just from practice in helmets and jerseys and shorts. I think we can say that at the very least. Deshaun is throwing it better than he has probably at any point while in Cleveland. Now, that's not a high bar to clear, it's a very low bar. But on the other side, Shedeur Sanders has not shown that he's keeping up. He hasn't shown just flat out. Haven't been as many highlights from Shedeur as there have been from Deshaun Watson. And that's just the data. That's just what the team itself, that's what they're putting out there. But even from the media members, what's happening, the reports of what's happening, the touchdowns that are being thrown versus the interceptions and the incompletions that are being thrown, it's pretty clear who's in the lead. It's pretty clear who's in the lead. Now, this is not me saying Deshaun Watson is back. We're going to get Houston Texans Deshaun Watson. We're going to get Pro Bowl Deshaun Watson. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying on this here channel right now is what I told you a few months ago. Deshaun Watson is going to be playing real football for the Cleveland Browns. And at this point in May, heading into June, mandatory minicamp coming up, from what we've seen, all I can say is it feels like it's deserved for him to be quarterback one at this stage. If you want to get some continuity going, if you want to get a rapport with the number one offense going, I think it's going to be Deshaun Watson as the leader of that group at quarterback one, as of this point. Not to say it can't change before week one, not to say it can't change after week one. This is not me saying that I'm happy about it. I pride myself on coming to this channel in front of this camera and telling you guys what I think is really happening, what I can see. It seems like he's doing better. At the very least, he's performing more positively than not, versus Shedeur Sanders. Not even today, yesterday, when the media weren't at OTAs, the Browns posted a touchdown that Shedeur Sanders threw, but the touchdown was a deflection. Maybe the receiver could have caught it, but a DB was right on the receiver's back. I believe it was KC Concepcion. Couldn't make the catch. Ball goes up in the air. Defense comes down, or excuse me, offense happens to come down with the ball in the end zone. And that's not the type of thing that you celebrate on film. When you're in practice, when you're the quarterback of a football team in practice, when you're a head coach watching film of football practice, it is process over results. Process over results every single time. And the result on that play is you getting a touchdown, great. If it's during the season, if it's in a game, you score a touchdown, you're happy, but you're going to talk about the process of what happened. The receiver had a chance to make the catch, didn't make the catch. But the thought process that goes into it, you can if you can see that the receiver can make a catch in that video because the camera goes back and forth really quickly. If you can notice that the receiver had a chance to make the catch with his hands, you see the defender is literally on his back. Literally on his back. So I'm worried about the thought process of throwing to that receiver in the first place with a defender literally on his back. And those are the things that I'm talking about. We know, I think we all know Shedeur Sanders has the talent, the requisite arm talent to be a quarterback in the NFL. We know he can make the throws. We know he can be extremely accurate. We know he can make plays. The problems that we have with Shedeur Sanders are the mental ones, are the passes that he throws up for grabs against teams that the defenses come down with. The throws into double coverage, the throws into triple coverage, the decisions, the timing and the decisions that he is making with the ball in his hands are the problem, are what we want him to improve on. The progressions, the timing, the progressions, the timing, the progressions, the timing is what we need to see improvement from Shedeur Sanders in. And even in the highlights that we see, it's still maybe just a hair late, maybe just a hair late, maybe just a hair out of reach. Maybe somebody else's maybe there's a different option that's a better decision. We can see these things happening just from the phone footage that we've been getting. Now, it's not all 22. We can't see it from a really good level to be able to diagnose everything 100%. But on the other hand, the throws Deshaun Watson has been making and completing, we can see those as good throws from whatever angle we see him at. He's actually been like, today I'm recording this Wednesday, May 27th. It'll come out later today. He threw 6 touchdown passes. Now, granted, I'll give you the context. They worked on red zone in this practice. So he was closer to the end zone than different days. Like he was like the touchdown he threw to Denzel Boston, the 50-yarder, that was obviously not close to the end zone, but all like we're working closer to the end zone in this practice today, but he still threw 6 touchdowns. And not all of those touchdowns that we saw today from media footage were extremely close. There were a couple that were close. There were a couple that were play action, dump offs to the running back, to the fullback, to the tight end or whatever it was, and they get right in the end zone. Those were, those count as 2 of the 6. But some of these other touchdowns, man, they're passes downfield. They're real passes downfield. There's a back shoulder to Jerry Jeudy. We've all seen the KC Concepcion catch, and I don't even know if that was a touchdown. I think it was right at the goal line, so that might not even count as a touchdown. But we've all seen that KC catch. There was a pass to Denzel Boston that I believe got into the end zone. That was a crazy throw. He's throwing the ball with precision, with timing, with accuracy, with intent. Whatever Todd Monken is running right now on offense Deshaun Watson is comfortable with it. He's absolutely comfortable with it. And again, this is not to say Shedeur won't play later. Shedeur won't overtake him in training camp when you have real joint practices, when you have real preseason action. I'm not saying none of this is going to happen, but from what we can see right now, whenever they call it, whenever they're done for the offseason and they head into real training camp, Deshaun Watson is going to be your quarterback one. And I think it's clear. I think it's clear from just based on the footage that we have seen released from media and the Browns themselves. I think it is clear. And if you're mad at that, you can leave me at leave a comment. I already know you will. Um, but I cannot tell you lies about what I've seen. Again, I'm going to reiterate, I've been a fan of Shedeur this whole time. I want Shedeur Sanders to succeed. I want him to be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. I would love if he turned into the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback, franchise quarterback for a long time. I would love that. It would be one of the best things that could happen to me as a football fan. It really would. I've been a fan of Shedeur. You can see everything I've posted on the channel. But also on this channel, I told you from what I had heard, from what I know, from what I've seen, Deshaun Watson is going to play football for the Cleveland Browns in the regular season this season. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you hate him. It doesn't matter if you're mad about it. It doesn't matter what your neighbor down the street thinks about it. It's going to happen. Um, the front office, he has kept him around. The coaching staff is working with him. The coaching staff seems to have faith in his talent still. Whatever is left of it or whatever isn't left of it, they have given him a chance to earn the spot. And again, just from what we've seen, obviously, I'm not there. I'm not in the building. I'm not at practice. But I'm just going based on, again, what the media has posted and what the Browns official account has posted themselves. They're posting stuff the media doesn't even see. And it's Deshaun Watson throwing great passes. It is what it is. Now they're probably not going to announce who's their quarterback anytime soon. It's probably not going to happen. And that's obvious. Because you don't have to say that out loud. Why would you? So I'm not expecting anytime soon for there to be an announcement about who quarterback one is, but I'm just letting you know, prepare yourself for the inevitable because it's happening right now. Um, and again, people, I know what the response is going to be. People are going to say that I hate Shedeur Sanders. People are going to say that I'm hating on Shedeur Sanders, and I promise you, this is not that. This is not that. I have been one of his biggest supporters and defenders on this website of YouTube, on the website of Twitter.com. I have been one of his biggest supporters. But I have to tell what I believe is the truth, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm not the only one that's seeing it. Damn Mary Kate Cabot, who was talking about Deshaun should be the starter and all that. Like, you can have your problems with her and her reporting, whatever. That's your business. I'm not gonna talk about that. But what I will say is literally from what we can all see, he's quarterback one. He is quarterback one. He's not turning the ball over in the same way as Shedeur is. It's just not happening. He's been more productive from what we've seen. They're switching off who they're playing with. Sometimes it's Deshaun with the twos. Sometimes it's Deshaun with the ones. Sometimes it's Shedeur with the twos. Sometimes it's Shedeur with the ones. It's all mixed in. They're doing it all together. So you can't say, oh, Deshaun's only playing with the good wide receiver. No, no, they're all playing with everybody, and these are the results. So take that information for what you will. Um, I'm on here. I'm releasing this video. I just had to get on here. I know I said I was taking the week off, and my intentions were to take the week off. I was gonna come back on Monday, June 1st, talk some more football, see what we had to talk about, but I can't. It's so clear today that I had to come on here and talk about it. I had to talk about Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders. That's been a main theme of my channel this offseason. So I had to come update you guys and talk about it. And I miss you guys. I can't, I wanted to, calm down for a little bit for a week you know, just to reload and regroup. But I love coming to talk to you guys. I love being on the channel. I love being behind the camera. I love talking about football. So I just had to come, hang out with you guys for a little bit. But before I get out of here, Brendan Sorsby. We keep talking about Brendan Sorsby in the supplemental draft. He's officially been denied uh, reinstitution into the NCAA. He's going to keep appealing the decision, but I don't think he'll play college football again. I don't believe he'll suit up for Texas Tech in 2026 or ever. So that would lead me to believe he's going to enter the supplemental NFL draft. And people keep talking about my dog Cole keeps talking about Brendan Sorsby needs to be a Cleveland Brown. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. And it's strictly because I talked about Shedeur's decision making, and that's strictly on the football field. Brendan Sorsby bet on his own team in college. You know you can't do that. You know you can't do that. And you did it anyway. The explanation was he wanted to feel closer to his team and his teammates and to the program. You can't do that. You cannot do that. How can I trust you to not do that if you aren't the starter on my NFL team? How can I trust you? Also, you went to gambling addiction rehab. You stayed there for 35 days. You said you completed treatment. Is that enough treatment? Because allegedly, what was reported, Brendan Sorsby was gambling on baseball individual pitches. He was gambling on balls and strikes. I don't know how deep into it you have to be, respectfully, to gamble on balls and strikes. I do betting. I do football bets on this channel. I am so discouraged by betting on baseball. I don't ever bet on baseball. It's so, to me, like, I know like people really know the ins and outs of it, but to me it's so volatile. It's not random, but it's so, you really never know what could happen. I don't bet on wins. I don't bet the money lines in baseball. I don't bet the spreads in baseball. If I go to a Guardians game, I might bet the Guards to win because I'm there. Otherwise, if I'm at home, if I'm at the crib, I'm not touching. I'm not touching the tab of MLB on FanDuel. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. That brother was in the trenches betting on individual balls and strikes. I don't know if you're recovered. I don't know if you can be recovered from that level of gambling addiction in 35 days. I really don't. And that might be ignorant of me. You can let me know in the comments if that's ignorant of me, but I truly believe that. I truly believe 35 days in a rehab facility is not enough. I don't think it's enough, especially when you're trying to come out of there and you're trying to play football. And this is going to be probably the highest stress point of your whole entire life. If you go to the supplemental draft, a team spends a second or third round pick on you, and they want you to be the starter after you probably are coming off a suspension because NFL doesn't want to be a safe haven from college football. They don't want you to be able to flee college football and come to the NFL scot free. So you'll probably be coming off somewhat of a suspension, trying to win the job, trying to cram the playbook, trying to perform well under pressure. We'll be mid season. So everybody's going to be looking at you to perform. Everybody's going to be looking at you to be the savior of whatever team you go to because you're the quarterback. You're supposed to be the hope that we stole a franchise quarterback out of the supplemental draft. In that high stress situation, how can I trust you to do the right thing? And this is not even me talking about any of the football side of it. He's a really good quarterback prospect on the football side of things. He can do some really good things on the football field. I mean, he was draft eligible this year, so if he was that good, he could have come out in what we thought was a one quarterback draft. But you got Ty Simpson also in the first round, but neither here nor there. If he was that good, he should have came out this year. So there was obviously more to be seen from Brendan Sorsby coming up this year, but he's still, he is a good quarterback prospect. I don't know. I personally I've made my stance on it clear as a Cleveland Browns fan. I I don't want I don't want them to take the chance on him. And this is not like a morality thing. Like if you gamble in your own time. But if you are, like you say, addicted and went into rehab for betting on balls and strikes, I don't know what the stress of an NFL lifestyle is going to do to your decision making. Like I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying that you don't deserve a chance in the NFL. I want you to have a chance in the NFL. I hope this doesn't ruin your NFL career. I want you to have success and I want you to do well, but I think I think it's very very risky if you're a team like the Cleveland Browns. I really think it's risky. So that's what I got for Brendan Sorsby. So appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. For my subscribers that are watching, thank you. Appreciate you. And yeah, leave any comments. Let me know. Am I crazy for not one Brendan Sorsby? Let me know what you think about Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, Browns in general. We're just going to be trying to nail down what this channel. So it's just football. It's just gonna be football on this channel. So let's talk about football. Let's talk about the Browns. Let's talk about whatever we want to talk about pertaining to football on this channel. So thank you for being here. If you want to talk football, learn about more football, have interesting football conversations, this is the channel for you. So hit that subscribe button. But yeah, I said it was going to be a week off. I guess we'll see what happens the rest of the week, but I'm planning to see you guys next week.